All right, welcome back to section 3 in Photoshop menu keyboard shortcuts. So in this lecture, we're going to talk about file menu keyboard shortcuts. So let's head over to Photoshop, which I've already opened. And what I want you to do is create a new document. So click on Create New. And we're going to just create a default Photoshop size document. I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to talk about the keyboard shortcuts. So I'm not going to show you the menu. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the keyboard shortcuts. And I want you to watch down here. The keyboard shortcuts are going to pop up here. And then you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so the first keyboard shortcut I'm going to go over is New. So I'm going to hit Control N. And what that's going to do is it's going to prompt you to create a document. So you can do the same document as we did or a different one. In this case, we're just going to do the same one. So I'll hit OK. And now we have document 2. Now, the next keyboard shortcut is Control O. So if I do that, and I'm going to do one other thing here. Let me save this file. Save as. And we're going to go to the desktop and hit save. And please do this with me. Now I'm going to hit Control O. And now I can open up the untitled document. There you go. The next thing that we can do, and this only pertains to folks with Adobe Bridge, is if you hit Control Alt O, it's going to pop up Adobe Bridge. Now, if you don't have it installed, then this will not work. But I just wanted to show you that option because, again, I'm going through all the keyboard shortcuts in the file menu. So I'm going to close out Untitled 2. Okay, and the next keyboard shortcut we're going to do is Open As. So we're going to do Alt Shift Control O. And I'm going to open up Untitled 2. And it's basically the same function as Open. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to close this right here without touching this document here. I'm just going to close this one. So we're going to hit Control W. Okay. Now what I want you to do is use one of the keyboard shortcuts that we've already used, Control O, open up Untitled 2, and now we're going to learn the next keyboard shortcut, which is Close All. So we're going to do Alt Control W. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to close all your documents out. So document 1 or Untitled 1 we lost because we didn't save it. So I'm going to go File, Save As. We're going to save it on the desktop. And then I want you to hit Control O and open up Untitled 2. Okay. The next keyboard shortcut that we're going to talk about is Close and Go to Bridge. Okay. So let's hit Shift Control W. Okay. So what that's going to do, it should close everything and then take you to Bridge. Now I didn't do that, which is okay. We're going to do it one more time. So I'm going to hit Control O and I'm going to highlight both of them so they both open. And we're going to try that again just to see if it was a instructor error or something else. So hit Shift Control W. Okay. So what the idea of this shortcut is, it will close the project that you're on and go to Bridge. Okay. So I'm going to close Untitled. Actually, we don't need to close this one. I'm going to hit Control N. We're going to make a new document. So I'm going to hit Control N. Try that again. There we go. And I'll name this Untitled 3. Okay. Now I'm going to hit Control S, which is our next keyboard shortcut, for Save. And what that's going to do is it's going to save it. And if we want to save as, we're going to hit Shift Control S. Okay, and then we'll save it as Untitled 3. Because what it's going to do is when you create a new document, it's not going to allow you to save because you haven't saved as. You have to save as first, then you can save. Okay, now to revert, we're going to hit F12. Let's see if it lets me do it. I don't know if it will let me revert. Okay, so you can see here revert is not on. So essentially what revert does is if, let's say I make an error on here, and I go haywire and do this, and I go here, then I should be able to revert back. Okay. Let me see if it'll let me go undo revert. Okay. So to do a revert or to undo something, you hit F12. Okay. And that's going to revert back one spot. It won't let you revert again. It's only going to let you do it once. Okay. So the idea behind it is if you have one mistake that you made that you want to correct, that's the keyboard shortcut to use is revert. Export as. So let's say that I want to use the brush tool again. Okay, web. Okay, I'm just going to write out web. And we're going to save this, we're going to export as. So I'm going to hit Alt, Shift, Control, W. Okay. Now what that's going to do is allow me to export as, and I can select the format. So I can do PNG for web, JPEG, GIF, SVG for web. Okay. I can pick the best format that I want or need for that project and then export all. And then what it's going to do is if you do untitled 3, I'll hit save and it's going to export it out. So let's minimize that for a second. And it will just export it as a PNG. Okay. So that's how you export as. Okay. Now file info. If I want to check out the file info of this particular project, I hit Alt Shift Control. Oops, hold on a second. Alt Shift Control L. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do file info. So I'm going to click on it first just to make sure that I'm hitting the right thing, which I believe I am. So what I'm going to do is I think it's Control Alt Shift, whoops, here, Alt Shift Control I. There you go. So it's not L, it's actually I. My apologies for the confusion on that. But what that does is this will show you all the information, all the metadata on this document. Okay. And you can add metadata to it as well. So you can document title, author, description, rating, etc., keywords, all this jazz and stuff that's important. You can put it here. Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk about is print. So if I hit Control P, then I can print, and you can see my printer here and the document here, and you can go through the rest of the prompts and all that stuff. To print one copy, we're going to hit Alt Shift Control P, and I don't know if you can hear that, but it's going right to my printer. So it's not even going to prompt you and let you do any options. It's just going to go right to your printer if it's set up, and it'll start printing. Okay, so that's print one copy. Now the last shortcut that we're going to learn is exit. So first what I want you to do is I want you to close all with Alt Control W. Okay, now it's going to prompt you to save, so say yes, and then hit Control X or Control Q.